lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and today I've got something that's a little bit special for you. But first, you're probably wondering, possibly not at all, why I'm wearing a beanie cap, beanie hat inside, and it is because playing at District 23 this weekend, I took a shot straight to the forehead, and I look like a twat. At least I look more of a twat than usual. But anyway, apart from my sob stories, we'll move on straight into this. I will be doing an unboxing, even though I've unboxed already, and a review of the Umarex, or however you say it, HDR 50. 50, I'm assuming, because it fires 50 cal. And this thing, I had so much fun with it yesterday. It is fantastic. And I saw a couple of people sharing pictures of it online, and within a couple of days, I decided I wanted one. I made a sort of, I don't want to say promise, I don't think that's the right word, but I said years ago I would never shoot 50 cal unless it was through a Crossman 3357. And trying to get your hands on a Crossman 3357 nowadays is not easy unless you're prepared to pay a little bit of cash for it. And then this thing came up. Now, the Crossman 3357 was single action, so you pull the trigger and you have to manually recock it, at least as I understand it. I may be wrong on that, and feel free to correct us. But this thing is double action. And it is so much fun. And it is also the whole, it's just cool. It's just cool. So let's switch over onto the other cam, and I'll show you what you get in the box. So then, on to the unboxing. And of course, as I said, it comes in this nice sleek box. At least I think I did. I may have said it in a different take that I might not use. Anyway, it comes in a nice, well-designed box. Right, so what's in the box? Well, you open it up, and the first thing you'll be greeted with is the most important piece of equipment, a nice sheet of bubble wrap, which, it's always important to use protection. So let's just get rid of that. So, the first thing really that you'll be looking for is this beauty. As I said before there, it is the Umarex HDR 50, because it fires 50 cal. And as you can see there, these are in fact F-stamped, so they are even legal to use. I'm stuttering. They are even legal to use in Germany. And just look at it. This brought me so much joy yesterday. This was just absolutely fantastic to run around playing with. But anyway, enough of me muttering on. More about the marker. Well, looking at it, you can see this little bolt here. So you want to slide that along and up, and you can slide the chamber out. And of course, this is just a 6-shooter. You can then load that with your 50 cal ammunition. And for to reload it, all you do, I'm looking through the camera here, so it is a little bit difficult for me to see what I'm doing. And slide that in, release the bolt. It is spring loaded, so as soon as you drop it out that notch, it will just push forward itself, providing the chamber or the wheel is in place. And then what I found to do is, if you slide this along, I don't know if you could have heard that or not, but it will kind of click into place, and from there, you're ready to shoot. At least that's your paint side sorted out. You will then need to change your 12 gram. Now, when you first get this out of the box, this will probably be a bit stiff. Mine was, at least. And I had to go and ask questions about it because I was afraid, brand new marker, I didn't want to break anything. So, turns out, there's a Allen key comes with the marker. Stick that in the bottom there. Yes, that was me missing where I was supposed to be touching because, as I said, I'm looking through a camera. So you unscrew that, and this thing does, of course, take 12 gram sparklets. You drop it in so that the bottom end is in there, and the end that you pierce goes to the bottom. You then screw that back in, and this thing has quite a nice little feature in that if you're planning on using this as a secondary, so you know you're going to be carrying this around for potentially hours before you use it as a last-ditch sort of, last-ditch weapon, you want to make sure that it hasn't degassed. So once your 12 grams in there, until you are ready to use it, it just sits there happy and waiting. And when you are ready to use it, you just give that a whack on the bottom there. It pierces the 12 gram, and you are good to start shooting. So, another thing with the wheel, once it's in, does actually rotate. So, you do get the sort of the Russian roulette feel of being able to slide it down your hand. And is there a ball in the chamber, or is there not? The other thing is, these are, of course, Picatinny mounts on the top and bottom. So if you wanted to go and carry the extra weight, you can fit sights on the top, or laser dots, or torches, or whatever you like. Which, the idea of having a torch on this sounds quite fun now that I've mentioned it. Stick a torch in there, use my middle finger for to pull the trigger, like a little pressure switch. That could be fun for night games. That could be very fun. Oh man, I'm giving myself ideas. So anyway, the other thing, a couple more things with this anyway. You can see that little silver button on the back there. When I first got this, I thought it was a push pin. I thought, oh, I'm never going to have anything to do with that unless I'm taking the marker apart. Turns out that once you've gassed the pistol up, that pin pushes out just a small way out of the rear of the pistol, and you actually use that. I'm just trying to get the angle right here. You actually use that to degas the marker. So once your 12 grams starting to run out a little bit, if you're playing and you want to try and change it, instead of going back to the safe zone and forcing it open, forcing the changer open with an Allen key, degassing out that way, you can push that button, and it'll release some of the pressure, allowing you to open that up a lot easier, should I say. Use proper English, Dexter. Correct grammar. And the final thing that I really want to say on this, describing its features, is it does actually have a safety inbuilt into the trigger. Just that little bit there. Now, I don't know if I'll try and do it with one finger there. I'm pulling on the trigger frame. I'm pulling on the frame of the trigger itself. And trigger goes nowhere. Put your finger on there though. I'll just try and get that right. Put the finger on there and you can actually pull the trigger. So that's a nice little feature, and it is strong enough because, of course, I had to try. You can spin this without pulling the trigger. I wouldn't recommend trying to do it in a game or even trying to do it anywhere really, but I did it, so you don't have to. But yes, you can actually spin this on your finger like a gunslinger without it pulling the trigger when you're shooting yourself. So there you go. Now you know. Right. So moving on from the marker itself. Anyway, the only other thing I'll say is everything the marker comes fully built up. It comes with a chamber in. It comes with the plug on the bottom. It comes as is seen here. Right. The next thing is in the bottom of the box. You will have, if I can do this without everything spilling out. Right, here we go. I'll just try and hold my fingers there so the box doesn't fly around. You of course get an Allen key, as I mentioned before, for adjusting the 12 gram changer on the bottom. There doesn't seem to be any other use for it, but I will admit I haven't really read the manual properly. However, talking of the manual, this is quite a nice little manual. It comes in, there is multiple different sections for language there. I'm not going to go through them all, but you get a bit of an idea. And there is quite a nice little English section at the front there for English users, obviously. Or non-native English speakers who just enjoy reading English. But anyway, there's a lot of information in here. However, most of it kind of... I think that's going into German, or is DE German, or is it Denmark? I'm not totally sure. I'll just leave that. I think DE's German. I'm not really sure now. However, you know, most of the information on here, stuff like this. If you've got any experience with firearms or with paintball equipment, you're kind of gonna have an idea about some of the stuff that's teaching you. Now, like where to put paint and all that sort of stuff, and how to aim down sights, that sort of stuff. However, it is very nice for people that don't really know. This stuff is fantastic, and I probably should have a look through at some point and get a bit of an idea. But anyway, right. So I'll put that back in there, and why don't we have a look at a little bit of gameplay footage now?
Nice one! Any luck? I don't know. Remember, I've only got a pistol. Without gun.
All in all, I don't think there's much that I can say about this that I haven't already. I absolutely love this pistol, and I can't wait for my next go out on field with it. I'd highly recommend it, and for the value, or for the amount of money that it is, I don't think you can beat its value. It is a fantastic little sidearm, and it is absolutely great fun to play with. But thanks very much for watching my video. I hope you found it informative, and I shall see you next time. If you'd like to see more of my content, click the icon on the left, which will take you to the previous video, or you can click the icon on the right, which will take you to a suggested video. Or if you really like my content, you can even consider subscribing by clicking the icon in the centre. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall catch you next time.